You know, this morning when I went into the gym, I went in to do my workout. And as I sat down at my first machine to work out, I said to myself, you know what? I don't feel like listening to any music today. Because normally I have my headphones on. But I said, I don't feel like listening to any music today. So as I sat there, I said, you know what? Lord, I just want to commune with you. I just want to turn this workout session into a time of prayer. And so as I was sitting there pumping the weights, I was talking to God and communing with God and praying about different things and praying for different people. And I really wasn't paying attention to how I looked, but you know, I wasn't loud or anything, but I was just intently and intentionally talking to God. And then this guy walked over to me and he spoke to me and he said, man, I don't want to disturb you, but I see that you're in the zone. And you know, that hit me. I was in the gym, I was working out, but I was in a zone. You know, when you go to the house of God, are you in the Lord zone? A lot of times when we go to the house of God, we are so social and we fellowship so much and we're paying attention to what other people are wearing. We're paying attention to how the choir is rocking and we're paying attention to all this stuff. But are you in a zone with God? When you go to work, are you in that zone with God, or do you gossip at the water cooler and fall into all manner of foolishness? Or are you in the zone? When you're at school or when you're in the locker room and the guys are cracking nasty jokes and saying this and saying that, are you in the zone with the Lord? And you know, when the Bible says pray without ceasing, that doesn't mean be on your knees 24/7, but what it means is staying in that zone with God, staying in constant meditation and communication with God. Because watch this, when you stay in continual communication with God, it helps you watch what you say and watch what you do and watch where you go and watch what you interact in, because you are in a zone with God. But when you get out of that zone, you forget whose you are and you forget who you are, and you don't govern yourself accordingly. Beware of things and people and places that pull you out of God's zone. And people, let me tell you this, and I want to make this very plain, and I really want you to hear me. When you're in a zone with God and you are communing with God, you are focused on him. And one of the main things the enemy wants to do, the enemy always wants to get you off focus. When you're not focused, you're distracted. And remember this, distraction is always the first step to destruction. The enemy will always make you curious about the things that God has condemned when you lose your focus and you become distracted. I encourage you today, stay in a prayerful state of mind. Stay in that zone with God. Go about your business, do what you're doing, carry on life as usual, but carry on life with God. One of my favorite men in the Bible is this man by the name of Enoch. And the Bible says that Enoch walked with God. He walked with God. Not that God walked with him, he walked with God. See, if you walk with me, you have to go according to my agenda, but if I walk with you, I have to go according to your agenda. When you walk with God, you aren't going according to your agenda, you're going into accordance with God's agenda. Walk with God today, commune with him, stay in the zone.